it's Renee Fouché here. Hey guys! Oh, hey guys, this is Renee Fouché here, and it has been such a long time. All right, I have been so super busy putting together lots of stuff, and then also, living regular life, right? And so, I've recently been in a little bit of transition, which we're going to talk about that a bit later. I don't want to get too far into that right now. But I'm currently in the process of moving, right? So this interestingly textured wall behind me is actually my new wall in my new place, right? And so that's why I look so ridiculously crazy at the moment, because I'm actually in the middle of moving. Like, it's probably, let's see, what's the temperature? It doesn't want to tell me the temperature. That's how hot it is. It's 85 degrees and it's almost 8 p.m., right? So hot as heck. I've been lifting and dragging and pulling and packing and doing all kinds of stuff. And I came and I sat down for a second and I was like, you know what? I need to shoot a video. Why do I need to shoot a video? Well, because oftentimes there's a lot of you that are watching my videos, maybe connecting with me on my blog or on Facebook or wherever it is that you find me. Maybe it's on YouTube, who knows, because I'm a little bit of everywhere. And there's a lot of folks that would like to have their own business. They want to, make some extra money in addition. Maybe they love their job. They just want to make some extra money. Or whatever the case may be, right? There's a lot of moms out there that I connect with, and they're like, oh, you're just so good at that stuff, right? Like, oh, lucky you have time to work at home and do all this great stuff. And I thought about it, and it's like, okay, anybody can freaking do this, right? Anybody can do this. And I need to start probably shooting some more videos kind of like this to show y'all it doesn't freaking matter, guys. Just make it happen. Right? I'm in the middle of moving, doing all kind of stuff. I sit down for a second, but guess what? I can sit and talk to you, right? The same way you sit and talk on the phone, or you sit and talk to your friend. You can sit and talk really quickly and easily on a video, right? And get your message out to people. Get your message out. Start gaining that confidence, getting that presence out there, and just do it, right? And a lot of times I'm guilty of this. I'm like, oh, I need to do my hair. Oh, I need to make sure I have on something nice. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I don't have time, right? We make up all these excuses. And I'm guilty of it, but I'm always telling people, like, you can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. And I have to remind myself of that what I teach, right? That which I teach. That which what I... Okay, grammar, Nazis, y'all can comment whatever was the correct sentence structure there. But, it's the truth, guys. People want to hear from you. They want to know about your message, what it is, like what's inspiring you, because it can inspire others, right? So anyway, right before I started to shoot this video, one of my awesome colleagues, Michelle Cornish, shout out to Michelle, she actually posted an article on Facebook, and I took a look at it, and I wanted to think that it was a hoax, and maybe it is. If you guys find out that it's not true, post below this video so that I'll know that it's not true, because I didn't take this time to research it, right? I could have stopped and researched it and checked and did all this other stuff, but then I probably would have come up with something else and another excuse not to shoot a video. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about this. So in the video, and look at this, 4 minutes of me talking nonsense before I get to the point here, that's what I do. But in the video, it spoke about new legislation that was going into effect in the state of Georgia. And once again, if you find out that this is not correct, please correct me down below, because I'd like to know that this is not really happening, right, guys? So basically, it was stating that new legislation was going to be passed in the state of Georgia for those that get free lunch, those students that receive free lunch. They were now going to be made to do janitorial work in exchange for their lunch. And let's see if I can read the quote of what was said. Kingston, let's see who this Kingston is so I can make sure I quote him correctly, right? It says the brainchild of Georgia Congressman Jack Kingston, has an R, so he's a Republican. Not that I think that one matters over the other. Two heads of the same ass. Basically, it said that Kingston has suggested that to combat this trend, poor kids should be required to sweep the floors in their schools before receiving food. Think what we would gain as a society in getting the myth out of their head that there is such a thing as a free lunch. Okay? So let's talk about this, guys. Like, how do y'all feel about this? How do you feel about this? In the article, it went on to talk about how if you're receiving free lunch, your parent is a deadbeat. And so you're going to learn not to be lazy by doing janitorial work in the school. What the fuck are these people talking about? Okay. Let's kind of get into the semantics of this a little bit, and it may go on a bit because, you know, my videos kind of run long and I really want to know about this. So we're going to do a little bit of math here, guys, because I have come across quite a few moms, right? As I've been working with moms and trying to help people strategize their plan for their vision, their dream, and how to actually turn those passions into profits. You know, a lot of times we're talking about really personal stuff, like what is their actual income, right? What is their current income? What are their expenses? So we can determine how much additional funds it's going to take, one, for them to completely break even, and two, to actually get into a decent position. And we're going to take a look right now at the normal. I can't even say normal because I don't know what normal is. Everybody has something different. I've met people that are making $8 an hour, $10 an hour, $15 an hour. It kind of ranges, right? So I'm going to just do a generalization, right? I previously worked for an airline as a part-time job, and they paid $8 an hour. Yeah. So let's think about this. If you're working part-time, and that was supplementary income for myself, it was really for the benefits. But there were people there that was their regular job. So we're going to do that based off of a full-time, because I believe I started that position as full-time and I needed to get it to part-time because I couldn't pay my bills with it on full-time. And if I was working it full-time, I didn't have time to do things that would actually make me some money, right? So let's do some calculations here. Based off of a full-time employee that's making $8 an hour, right? 40 hours a week. I'm just on my calculator here. So that's $320 per week, right? And that's before they remove any taxes, Medicare, Social Security, whatever those things that come and eat up your check, right? So that's $320 a week. We're just going to pretend that they pay $20 in taxes, right? We're going to pretend, which I don't think I've ever had a check that only took out $20, but we'll just, for the sake of easy math, we're going to say that they pay $20 in taxes. So then there's still 4 weeks in the month. So 4 times 3 is still going to be only $1,200 per month, right? $1,200 per month. And now let's think about it. Where the hell are you living that you would be able to afford at $8 an hour, right? You still have to pay rent or mortgage, right? I don't know when is the last time I lived anywhere that costs less than $1,200, right? So that means that my rent would still be more, right? Would still be more than what I would have made for the entire month, right? Let's think about this, guys. So think about it if you are a mother, right? Say if you're a single mother and you are making $8 an hour and you are working, you're not a lazy deadbeat, but you are working at a job for 40 hours per week, and you are making estimated $300 per week after taxes. That means at the end of the month, you have a total of $1,200. You still have to pay your rent or mortgage. You still have to pay a light bill, I'm sure. You need electricity for those children. Many places, I've always had to pay a water bill. I don't know about where you live, but most people have to pay for water. You still have to pay for food. You still have to pay for hygiene products. You still have to pay for gas. Hopefully, if you're even able to have a car, if you needed a car note, you have a car note to pay plus that gas. What else? What else, guys? Like, you still haven't even done anything, right? You still have not done anything, and that's at $1,200. So I'm not sure how the reduced and free lunch program works in the different states and cities. What I do know is that many people are making barely enough to survive, right? And so those type of programs help to compensate for the fact that most jobs don't really pay shit, okay? And so now they're wanting to penalize the children for low wages. I'm really confused. Here it is, guys. Most of you know, if you've been watching my videos, you know anything about me, you know that my belief is that everyone should have their own business, right? I don't think it's anything wrong with being an employee, because obviously if you build a business, you're going to need employees. But I think that even those who are employed by others, that maintain employment through others, should still be working on or working toward having their own business. Because guess what? Especially if you are a parent, if something, God forbid, happens to you, you cannot will to your children a job, okay? You cannot will a job to your children, okay? They're going to fill that seat with another person, and they're going to keep it moving, okay? And this is even more reason. So many folks are like, oh, I really need my job because it's steady income, right? It's guaranteed. But it's not really guaranteed, because you can be let go at any given time, right? You don't have any control over what happens as far as your income is concerned. So if you do not already have a business, today is the day that I want you to make a decision to get started with one, right? Start thinking about what excites you. What are you passionate about? And let's turn that into dollars. If you only realize that by building a community of us, right? By building a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that are able to support each other's businesses, our incomes overall will increase drastically, right? If we all continue just as basic employees, only and solely dependent upon a so-called income from a job, you're bound to be screwed, especially if you have kids. Now, if you don't have kids, this is a time when you need to be getting it together, so that by the time you do have kids, you already have those things in place. It is a little bit more challenging, but absolutely not impossible to do once you have children. But I would recommend that you just get it going as soon as possible. Whether you already have kids, that means you need to do it now. Or whether you don't have kids yet, which means you need to do it now, right? So I'm going to post the link to this ridiculous article. I mean, the article, I guess, is not ridiculous. It's just the whole, going to turn the children into janitors to pay for lunch. Really? Might as well just teach my child to have a business. They can have a business and they can pay for their own fucking lunch. How about that? How about that? Anyway, I need to take a shower and go move and unpack more stuff. But anyway, I'm on this challenge. So like I have to get probably about 30 videos cranked out in the next couple of days, which is going to be intriguing. But I am going to get it done amidst moving and amidst doing this squat challenge that I'm doing with my sisters. It's really the single mommy moving challenge, the squat challenge, the video challenge. feeling pretty challenged. But guess what? No excuses. We're going to get it done. I'm going to find my cape and put it on. And I think you should too. Stop making excuses. If you've been making them, just let's work together. Let's all bring our wonderful intelligence together, and we can build something that is simply amazing. But it has to start with you, right? So don't make an excuse. Shoot a video. I would love some video responses on this topic, right? How many moms or even dads, how many parents can we get to talk about this? Let's get the conversation going. How can we increase incomes for parents so that they don't have to have their children embarrassed with some retarded come sweep the school bullshit? How many, right? How many children can we get exposed to a lifestyle of entrepreneurship where they can learn to take their talents, their dreams, their passions, and turn them into businesses that they can have for the rest of their life, versus telling them, oh, you can't afford your lunch, you need to come sweep the floor. Whew! They know they couldn't have told me that in school. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to be a bad influence. We're going to keep it positive on this video. Renee Fouché always got something to say. Make sure you leave a comment down below this video. Make sure to share it with other people and see what they think. I mean, look at this. I look crazy and I'm telling you to share the video with other people. I'm pretty much delirious right now with tiredness. So see you guys next time. Bye for now.